Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will head straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yes, as you can see, a bit of wild action yesterday. We had a pullback, literally to the dot of our macro basically support, the bottom of our macro level support zone. That immediately gave us a bounce. Well, I say immediately. This is a 4-hour chart, so maybe not so immediate for people on 5-minute time frames. But yeah, pretty much immediately on the 4-hour chart, a bounce all the way back up and a wick above the upside range, and then that was subsequently preceded by a pullback. So this I mean, whilst this does look like wild action, and if you're involved on like even like 1 hour charts, this looks pretty crazy. But if you do look at it, if you take a step back, look at it in the context of the 4-hour time frame, which is basically the minimum that I will look at, you can definitely see that we're just trading sideways within a range, which is exactly what we were looking for. Basically, we had this bull flag, we had this move up, but yeah, I mean, realistically, I was looking for sideways, and pretty much sideways what we got. Slightly expanding range, as you can see, on a wick basis, but only on a wick basis. You can see very few candles have any candle that's basically closed above or below this level has only been an absolute tiny smidgen above. So yeah, we are contained, guys. We are contained trading sideways, and this is Bitcoin's personality. This is how it likes to move. It likes to have a big move, consolidate, and then either retrace that big move or continue that big move, and then consolidate. And yeah, you just gotta look at it from the right time frame to kind of see what you're playing with. And if you are basically trading within this range, I mean, it is as simple as buy the lows, sell the highs, buy the lows, sell the highs, buy. Well, not quite got to the low here, but you've got to the low of this level. But yeah, I mean, there's some great trades there. If you are looking at the higher time frame. So that being said, we are going to have a look through some of the higher time frames for potential TD trades, because we've not looked at those for a while. So as we are all aware, we are on a monthly TD9, which now only has a 1 week left, 7 days and 15 hours left. So plenty of time for that acceleration up towards 27k, if we're going to get that at the end of this 9 candle, or have we put in the high on this candle and we're now going to trade, well, are we going to have a 1 to 4 candle correction, which is a 1 to 4 month correction? So that will take us well into next year. 4 months is actually a third of it, is actually a third of a year, so it could take us into a third of next year, without realistically trading much higher than where we are, and just trading sideways. I mean, anywhere, honestly, anywhere between on this monthly time frame. Well, I don't even particularly want to say it, but anywhere between where we are now and $14,000 Bitcoin, wouldn't look amiss. Obviously, we can just take out this 9, blast on upwards still. We could not come as low as, obviously we could clearly not come as low as 14,000. We could just stay contained sideways within this level and 20,000. We could maybe stay sideways between this level and 17. Well, I'd actually say probably nearer 16,000. But yeah, just be cognizant of that higher time frame TD. Obviously, bi-weekly has got room to run. You can see what happened on the weekly 9. I mean, we could get this now off the monthly 9, a couple of months of, I mean, we basically did trade a bit higher, but you can see in the context of the larger trend, we were held up by it, and we did trade sideways, and it did keep us contained under this resistance level. 5-day, I mean, you can see 5-day pretty much did the same. 3-day 9, you can see pretty much did the same, and we are on a 3-day 9 again. Yeah, there we go, another sign we could be in for some sideways to down. I mean, we're already on the first candle anyway, so could we get another 3 candles and get us down to 20k very easily? Based off this, very easily we could. 2-day not much to read here, and then daily is I mean, we had the 9 there, pretty much got a nice move down off that, traded sideways, 1 to 4 candles. So based on the daily, you could say if we get back above this level, we're going to move up, which is basically what we're saying anyway. If we look at the 4 hour, we're basically saying anyway, we're looking for closes above this level, and then to signal well, potential moves up to 27k. Right, we've got to talk about altcoins. They're getting absolutely destroyed. Ethereum here looking this chart wise is looking like a fake out above this level, getting slammed back down, and this could get pretty ugly. And by ugly, to be honest, I mean we could get to this level is our next port of call, about $500, and that is obviously not ideal. We could just be on a wick basis faking out below this trend line, so if we do regain this trend line and get back above, that would potentially be good. And then if we kind of look at this overall move down, if we can get above the halfway point, I mean realistically I'll say if we get back above this horizontal, then I think we will be set for a good move in Ethereum. But yeah, as it stands, this is this is almost like a slingshot reversal, a slingshot above and then a slam back down. So not looking good. But like I said, if we can regain this trend line, looking great. If we get rejected from this trend line, we are in very high likelihood coming down to basically around this sub 500 level. The ETH and Bitcoin pairing, yeah, I mean it's just a disaster. We were saying this is looking incredibly bearish. It was a long way of putting any sort of signs of reversal at any point on here. I mean, it basically wasn't. And I mean, we've not got a lot below here. Seeing as we are down here now, we are going to have to put in some horizontal targets. I mean, we've clearly got one. Well, I think this is basically where we're about now. We've got one here. I'm not quite sure where I want to draw this. Oops, we don't even have it selected again. Yeah, potentially here. This could potentially be a bit of a zone, but we'll just leave it on like that. We will draw one. We'll draw one in here as well. So we've got some downside. To be honest, we could draw one here too. Yeah, let's just draw one there as well. So we've got some downside levels that sadly we're going to have to be aware of now on this Satoshi pairing. So yeah, just looking awful, and Bitcoin dominance looking even more awful than actually Ethereum is. I mean, it's just an absolute debacle, basically a debacle. So yeah, at some point we will get a nice pullback. You can see we had this massive move up. We got a nice pullback. We're now actually having an even more exponentially aggressive move up. So we will have an equally aggressive pullback at some point. But when that point will be and from what level that point will be, that is anybody's guess. S&P looking good though, holding up there quite nicely, holding up quite good. I suspect, I mean, going back to BTC.D, I suspect we are looking at basically some of the American degens getting their stimulus check, and then they're going to start speculating in markets, and then the ones that speculate in crypto markets are not going to speculate on Bitcoin, they're going to speculate on altcoins. So that is where I think our next potential boost might come from. DXY, that all-important DXY. Normally we look at this first, but realistically we're just going sideways and not doing anything, so we kind of didn't look at this first. So yeah, not a lot to report. You can see tightening formation here. Tightening formation. We will draw it in. It is of relevance. We are kind of looking at this to try and make a move at some point. Let's just get rid of that arrowhead. We're kind of looking at this to make a move. Breaking out to a period of high vol, but where that will take us and which direction it will be will remain to be seen. It's going to annoy me, that is. That's got to be better. Yes, that is better. So yeah, keep an eye on that on the DXY. But to be honest, at the moment, sideways consolidation, much the same way, much the same as we're getting in Bitcoin. Isn't that surprising? We'll look at the stochastics. So we've got that done and dusted, and then we'll just have a quick look at XRP. 4 hour Stokes coming down. 10 hour looking to turn back up now, but 12 hour coming down. Daily looking like it wants to kind of come down, and yeah, I mean basically we've got a bifurcation in these stochastics, so we can't realistically get a good read here, and plus we're mid-range, so it's just not a level really, well for me on 4-hour time frame chart trading to be taking trades. We're in the middle level, and not a good stochastic, not anything like a clear stochastic read. So XRP, I don't even have it on here because I don't care for XRP. But you guys will be aware that I trash talk it, because it isn't a crypto, it's a centralized database. It's just not even a crypto. I don't know why it's called a crypto. It's not a cryptocurrency. And anyway, I mean, basically we said we had this spike up, and then we did say in my group that as soon as that snapshot for that spark or wherever it was is done, then you just want to sell it. Obviously that move did come down obviously off that, and then the SEC came in and did this, and I'm not gonna, you guys can't try and tell me that this is just I got lucky with my bearish view on XRP because the SEC. I had my bearish view on XRP because of the junk it is, and that is the reason why the SEC are coming after it. It is basically a security. If you own XRP, I mean, it's not necessarily the worst thing for XRP holders. If you're an XRP holder, you should in theory own a share in Ripple Labs, so you basically should be a shareholder. But then you've got to think about how much XRP is there. So how much does that make your share worth based on your percentage owned of the whole amount of XRP? Which, funnily enough, I think Brad has got most of anyway, which is again is ridiculous. So how much of that company would you actually own? So yeah, you got to factor that in. So yeah, but that's all I'm going to say on XRP. So other than that, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Yeah, look out for some more videos to come later today. Also, the live stream will have to come later. I've got to do it as a live stream because I'm going to do a random draw for who's going to win the ad revenue money for this month, which is it's over 90 pounds, so British pounds, so that would be more in dollars. There's no more entries going to be allowed into this one now. If you were in, you're in. There's only about 25 of you, but you can get in. You can get in for next month's draw. I will have the details in the video of how you get into that. But yeah, so far as it stands, I'm not letting anyone else in now. If you were in before when I talked about it, you are in. So you are in with a chance of winning, relatively good chance of winning based on how many of you are. So good luck to you guys. We'll have that coming later. And yeah, if you wanna be in next month's or the coming months after that, because I'll always be giving away all my ad revenue via this method. So just watch the video and you'll see how to get into next month's draw, and you will basically be in all of the month's draw. Everyone that goes on the list stays on the list. So thank you for listening, guys. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.